There are some anarchs who will probably kill you for saying that.
Yep.
There are some Sabat who would probably kill you for saying that.
There are probably some Camarilla who would kill me for saying that.
You know what, let's just kill you for saying that.
Fucking vampires, man. You can't trust them.
So, we're going to do experience tonight?
Give me a minute.
That's fine. Just wondering.
Sorry about that, I always find a way to have my Saturdays interrupted by something.
Well, I mean, that's the point of a Saturday, isn't it?
No.
We've been living our Saturdays all wrong, Aaron.
Oh god, what have we done?
Alright, as for experience, yeah, we'll go ahead. I don't think that's a problem for me to hand out at all. Considering, what everything happened, I think it's worthwhile that, since all of us were, just entering into this great leap together, we all live to the end. And I think you all did a great job of role-playing and feeling out your characters, while in the process of I know you all learned things, too. I think it's fair to say all four of you have earned 3 experience points.
Cool, okay.
Which,
And the rules for expending experience points in, like, say I wanted to pick up a dot in empathy or awareness.
Those are right in the book.
Alright, I'll look at that myself.
I can
It's
make
like
a sign for it if you want.
125 or 124, somewhere around that.
experience costs are listed. It's just if you're actually going to pick up something new, you have to explain to me how you're learning that new thing.
Which isn't too big of a deal when it comes to things like talents, but skills or knowledges are a lot harder to explain.
Yeah. Talents are fine. It's, your natural learning in the process. Skills and knowledge are difficult. And disciplines?
I was thinking about picking up a dot of empathy mostly just because, spending like this night watching this girl and trying to wonder if she's telling the truth or not.
Empathy is perfectly fine as a talent. That's something that you could have certainly picked up from that.
Alright.
Of course, you're more than welcome to hoard your experience points should you so choose. I will not stop you from doing that. Try to Iron Man vampire. I ain't spending any of my experience points. Fuck you! Try to go anarch on me. Yeah, I'm not gonna cater to the man.
Fine, cool. Just, go ahead.
You guys don't have a problem with 3 experience points, do you?
No.
I don't.
Nah, unless having me having a problem would get me more.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Perhaps if you had committed a true act of heroism, Like if you had stayed behind in the fog until like 5 a.m.
A true act of heroin?
He wishes.
Also, it says that suicidal stupidity does not count as heroism.
Oh, that's true. So maybe not staying outside for that long.
No.
Damn.
I mean,
Alright.
deciding to go, fuck you, son, I'll show you who you can push around.
I mean, the person who came closest to heroism was David. Whenever he was like, "No, I'm not leaving this warehouse. I'm rooting through this damn pile. There's someone in here." And everyone's like, "Fine."
But I don't think that quite has the magnitude required for me to get heroism experience points.
Yeah, no.
Alright, I'm spending my first 3 experience points on getting a point of empathy.
Fucking Toreador. Goddamn.
Yeah, heroism is risking it all to let friends or even strangers escape from death or disaster. So, we didn't have any confirmation that we were actually in danger. We were just paranoid about the fucking fog.
And like I said, you didn't know you were risking it all. Who knows? Could have just been a freaky coincidence.
I mean, I knew that there was shit afoot, but I didn't know, I didn't know that I was risking it all, even if I suspected that there might be some amount of danger.
Right. Besides, any heroism you might have won at the beginning would be promptly countered by what happened at the end.
Seriously, fuck my life.
But you rationalized it. You still have 6 humanity.
Yeah, no, I rationalized it. I even tried to fix it, but
That's the last dot where that also causes a roll too. You lose one dot. You don't have to roll for accidentally doing that anymore.
fuck that. I'm gonna try and keep this level.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's a bad idea. Oh, did you guys read the bearing thing too?
The what thing?
Yeah. Barry.
The bearing, because I noticed you had 6 humanity.
It's still 0 for him.
Is it 4, 6?
Yeah, from it's I believe 5, 6, and 7, maybe 4 as well, but I'm not sure is 0. And then of course it goes up or down depending after that.
Yeah, I didn't remember. I remember that first reading in VTR, and it's like 6 and 7 are the only ones that are 0.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure 5 is here as well.
And I did realize something too. I've been forgetting to add 3 to anytime I speak. When I was rolling for those rolls, I get a bonus +3 because of natural linguist.
Yeah, I mean I have the enchanting voice or whatever it is, which is a +2. But
The natural linguist thing is not for persuasion. It's for, like, the study and nuances of languages, right?
It is. It is.
Is it? Either
Yeah,
way,
yes.
I also have enchanting voice, so that's...
Yeah, you would have definitely gotten the enchanting voice, but you trying to sell me on natural linguist?
I'm the musician and I don't have enchanting voice.
Well, I mean you're like a grunge punk rocker, right?
He's also
Who's subtle.
Yeah.
I'm subtle, man. I don't need an enchanting voice.
He plays bass. He's not a singer.
Oh come on, drums get all the girls.
He played bass back before playing bass was cool.
Yes, he did.
I think
And not
bass
in
was
an
pretty
ironic
cool in the late
hipster way.
90s too. Didn't Slash play bass? Still does? Or maybe he does. Whatever.
So anyway, was Sean saying that he's a cunning linguist?
Natural linguist. It's, I was actually thinking enchanting voice, but yeah, I got natural linguist too.
He's just got his mind in the gutter.
Yeah, Aaron, he's no master debater.
Oh, yeah, no.
You tried to lay up there, Aaron, and they just shot it down.
Anyone who
Priest,
thinks we're
remember?
being dirty is a pervert. Fuck all you guys.
I
Yeah.
admit I'm a pervert, so I can't. All right.
Nosferatu had a lot of good lines in this one.
You all need to get your minds out of the fucking gutter.
So, what do you...
Kid.
So all that stuff that you had, sorry.
No, go ahead.
All that stuff that you had potentially planned for your own hooks, you have that. You'll have some more now.
Yep.
I want to know if this is an actual scourge or if it's something else.
Something else.
Dun dun dun.
The reveal's gonna be completely anticlimactic. What are you fucking kidding me?
It was the scourge all along. God damn it!
Wait,
It wasn't even dangerous. It was just one guy with Protean.
It was just Theo blowing smoke rings. Didn't you know?
It was actually just fog.
And you're like, what is all the fucking scattery things? It's like, oh, they were actually a part of the warehouse prior. Like, what? Those weren't involved in the attack at all?
Yeah, no, people were just burning stuff there.
That explains why the fucking warehouse didn't burn down.
Fucking teenagers, you know?
What it really is just
Smoking pot.
concentrated, like people just mashing out thousands of cigarettes all over the warehouse.
When you were describing them like cigarette burns?
Really? I don't think so.
I was picturing the burns being like the size of fists or dinner plates.
Oh, Grimith, is a dot of willpower okay?
For what?
To send my experience on.
That would be like 7, I think it is, or something like that.
Willpower says current rating.
Oh, willpower. Yeah, okay. Never mind.
Is it-
Yeah, willpower is real cheap.
Yeah, it says current rating. So you could certainly do that then.
Yeah, 3 is kind of a bit low for me to feel comfortable around.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting how so many characters were coming into this with low willpower. Byron's the only mental juggernaut.
Hey, I have 4.
I had other things to spend my freebie points on.
That's right.
I have a decent amount of willpower. I'll have you know.
Yeah.
Nope.
See, the Malkavian had 3 though, and it was just a whole dreadful situation. No one used a willpower bonus to automatically succeed on something. Yet.
There hasn't been anything that I've really, really wanted to succeed on.
It just all gets saved for combat, huh?
I mean, would you be surprised?
No, that's what fate points get saved for, Warhammer, combat.
Byron's
That's
gonna
what
need
fate
all
points
the
get
help he
saved
can
for
get.
in the fate system.
Oh, I usually save it for running away.
I mean, that's a form of combat.
Yeah, we'll go with that, sure.
I mean, in the Unknown Armies book, it lists ways to dissolve a conflict as running away.
Doesn't it list 10 different ways to end a conflict without violence? Because
Yes.
violence is a really stupid idea in Unknown Armies.
Yes, it is. But anyway, where do we go from now, gentlemen?
This might be the best time to discuss this so that folks who are listening on the session can join in on the glory as they lament not being a part of the session.
Well, when are
Well-
you shipping Leslie out, Joseph? Because if I'm assuming we're going to want to know the next night what's going on, and if she's gone, maybe, I mean, that's going to determine a lot, maybe.
That really depends on when my herd shows up, which I hope is when I told them to. Otherwise, there's going to be hell to pay. And if I can make contact with the Anarchs.
Either way, once I know that she's either dead or gone, I'm going to go to the sheriff to tell him what he said about the Sabbat recruiting up north.
Yeah, probably. You can go to the sheriff. I'll probably go to Valentine, maybe.
So, the actual Sabbat recruitment wouldn't come as so much a surprise. I mean, New York City is in Camarilla territory, but once you go into Jersey City and beyond stuff, it gets a little iffy in that regard. Sabat could reasonably be interested in recruiting all sorts of cannon fodder to do all sorts of things in New York City.
Even if it's not surprising, it's still probably something I should pass on.
Oh yeah, I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying that there is logical foundation behind them doing so.
Hence the fact that they'll believe me. Plus, I'm a Nosferatu. Dropping secrets places to try to win favor is kind of my thing.
The sheriff is just gonna deadpan like, yeah, what a surprise. Nosferatu's like,
that's fine. I'm not going to bring it to him.
I know, like Nosferatu's like, don't you see I'm giving you secrets?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to bring it to him like, oh my god, I've got this amazing juicy secret and you're going to love me for it. I'm going to be like, yeah, I confirmed last night that they are building up north.
Mm-hmm. Definitely might be useful to know.
If you do stop by before you do that, if you get a chance to talk to you, I will bring up to all of you that it's probably best to keep the fact that she's a thin blood, quiet if we don't need to mention it.
I'm not going to say where I got the information. I'm a Nosferatu. They don't expect me to.
Right. Assuming that she is a thin blood, she might not be a thin blood.
Yeah, we're making assumptions there.
I mean, can thin bloods even get disciplines?
Yes.
Yes.
They just can't advance them very far.
In fact, caitiff are some of the only people that can get certain extremely rare disciplines.
Well, even then, she has pretty high levels of potency either way.
So, her disciplines include trolling the Nosferatu.
I don't have a point in that. Can I pick that up along with throwing rock?
Oh, that was great there. I did like that part. You're all like, oh god, it's a door. What do we do? Let's throw a rock. I'm staying on the other side away from Byron.
Well, come on. He was asking what discipline you have to make a sound far away from you.
It was an earnest question, It was
what
Byron.
I was thinking is like people talking, yelling, walking, but I was like, all
No,
right, fine, whatever, a stone will work as well.
I got what you meant, but...
But throwing rock was your perfect answer.
It was.
Sometimes you just gotta let those jokes sit. I mean, I was good. I was fine with it.
I thought Crip was really getting into the character of Byron there.
Anyway.
There you go. Hey man,
Nah,
discipline, I can make it.
He's not going to be getting into the character of Byron until, I don't know, let's say the Scourge comes to us for letting a thin blood survive, and we all collectively point at him and say, he did it.
And he's like, yep.
Wait, what?
Yeah, probably not.
I know. I just love the idea of using you as a patsy.
He looks at David. I wasn't the one who rescued her and carried her out of the warehouse.
Yeah, you were. Don't try and hide it, you hero.
Fucking hero.
Anyway, I think
This guy's a fucking hero over here.
Marcus has pretty much wiped his hands of the woman and is gonna do a little bit of an investigation. And by investigation, I mean he's gonna go to the Greenwich Village and just gossip with the other Toreadors. I mean, they gotta know something.
No, they don't.
The Greenwich Village isn't really a hangout for the Toreador. It's the domain of Thomas Arturo.
Then where do the Toreadors meet?
Toreadors, lots of people who like the gossip and gab will still use Elysium as a place. The meetings are, like the official meetings, even though there's no prince, might be at the end of the month, but people might hang out at Elysium to talk, and of course there's that public school 1 place I told you guys about.
Yeah.
Don't forget basically any high-class and snooty art gallery.
Yes. You have those in Manhattan. There are places.
I don't think a subtle punk rocker can get into a snooty art gallery.
Perhaps not.
I think you could if you paint your clothes.
He's not going to do that. Yeah. It's located in Queens, the Public School 1 Contemporary Art Center. I have no idea exactly where I might end up locating it, but it's somewhere within the borough.
Actually, you don't even need to change your clothes. You just need to toss on a sports coat on top of that. T-shirt, jeans, sports coat. Since
Yeah,
he's a
you're
Toreador, he'll
trendy,
walk-
man. Come on.
Yeah, since he's a Toreador, he'll walk in there and it'll seem like he's wearing all designer fashion.
Yeah, I mean, Byron will let you loan one if you don't. I mean, let you borrow one if you don't have one. We can
Whatever,
go
you can just
together.
go to the thrift
We can
shop.
be twinsies.
We're just gonna go to the thrift shop. I don't want to wear anything that... No offense.
Pay $1 for his fucking sports coat.
Here's a
Look like
dollar.
looks like he's wearing, you know, an outfit that cost him multiple $1,000s. Because fuck you, he's a Toreador. God damn it.
But yeah, I'm just gonna go and gossip with the other Toreadors and see if they know anything about a person or anything that can leave indentations in concrete that big.
Okay.
You know, ask around, you know, say things, but I have some rumors I also want to work on a bit too, but
Oh god,
Okay.
it's werewolves.
If there's only like one day that's going to be passing, like if the next session's going to begin on as soon as you all wake up, then that's stuff that's just going to be done during session then. You won't have any downtime to do it between sessions.
yeah, I understand that. I understand that. I'll probably that next session I'll probably do if the entire session's about the girl. I'll probably just be helping them, I guess, but whatever.
Or just doing your own thing. I don't think you need to necessarily stick with us.
I don't have a problem with the group splitting up, just whenever you guys split up, you know, less time goes to each individual.
Yeah, no, I understand that, and I'm cool with that if I like decide to go off and do my own thing.
Just saying that's pretty much my character's plans right now. While he doesn't really care what happens to the girl, she could be left, she could be killed, she could be sent out for another. He wants to know what happened to them and what attacked them.
Oh, and by the way, this seems like a good time to tell you guys, you know, out of character. But David actually has the flaw infertile vitae,
I figured that might be the case.
and he didn't know it.
Can't get it up,
Well,
huh?
Well, that's one way to learn it.
Yeah, I was hoping it would happen at a later point when I actually picked someone to be a childer, but I mean, this is good too.
Would this actually be a situation where, if he thinks about it, you know, he might have snapped into a frenzy, or was it just that forlorn look as he looks hopelessly before he falls asleep?
Probably the latter. I think that has a lot more dramatic impact to it.
Do you think he
Certainly
would have
can.
figured it out just after once, or would he need a second failed attempt
I don't
before
think
it
that
hits
he
home?
realizes necessarily yet. Because,
He may not even realize it's possible that it happens.
well, more to the point, he might be thinking that he waited too long.
Yeah, that's a fair assumption. Like, even if the time between him killing the woman and bringing her back to the Haven was short, he might still figure that was too long of a wait. It's not like he was shown how to do this.
Exactly.
He was just told never to do it, pretty much.
So I might still have the horrible, horrible situation that I'm hoping for later on. Where I can... What? I don't necessarily want my character to be happy.
Well, that happened the moment he rolled Nosferatu, right?
Exactly. Come on. I don't make wish fulfillment characters. I want to see them suffer.
You somehow rigged MapTool to roll that one on purpose.
Oh yeah, no, totally. Because I knew that that's what was going to happen too. Not just that I was not figuring I was just going to get stabbed or something.
I also think that rolling worked out pretty well, even though MapTool is not as well built for that as, say, that old World of Darkness roller you pointed out.
Yeah, it took me about 2 rolls before I realized, oh wait a minute, I should just copy-paste the 1d10.
Yeah. You can do that, and you can also have, you know, lines and notepad, maybe. And if you guys want to make macros where you just press buttons or such, I don't know, that's what you recall.
Can't give enough of a fuck.
Yeah, you'd have to make a lot of varying macros for varying situations, because there's, you know, in one situation you might have 4 d10s to roll, in another situation you might have 9 d10s to roll, depending on how good you are.
Exactly.
And with the
But yeah.
difficulties varying.
The scene I'm hoping for is for him to pick a person to bestow the dubious gift of vampirism on, and have the person's death be all the fault of that. Not, oh God, I killed this person, let me please save them, but I killed this person in order to do this for them, and now they're just staying dead. That'll be horrible. I love it.
That'll be interesting if we get to that point.
Yup.
Everybody has dirty and dark secrets. Why don't I?
It's 'cause that's why you're the anchor of the group and have been collecting boons.
Yeah, I mean, I do still owe you a boon.
Hey man, Byron has no secrets. His life is an open book. Just don't ask certain questions.
Where is Jimmy Hoffa buried?
It's like, yeah, okay, so turns out that the information that David gives the sheriff is received warmly. And, you know, they become buddies.
The sheriff's a Toreador, right?
Yup.
Honestly, I'd be fine with becoming buddies with the sheriff.
Might have to excise Byron from the buddy list.
I mean, I'd be fine with throwing him under a bus. Metaphorically.
I figured.
And literally.
And literally.
I'm still curious how bad that confrontation between the sheriff and Byron would go.
I mean, it's not like, you know, everyone in the city knows about who he is and what he's done and how stupid he is and regarding some sort of situations involving the Camarilla, right?
Nah. It's not
Yeah,
like
well, he made some newbie mistakes.
you know, just one or two. They weren't even that big of a deal.
Come on.
Come
I
the
didn't
fuck
know I
on.
couldn't create children. What the fuck? You never told me.
I'm assuming you just turned off the server.
I sure did. I exited it. I figured, unless you guys wanted to stare at the Queen's map, you'll just have to look at it next week whenever you have to wait 5 minutes for it to load up.
But it's so beautiful.
I know. There were so many tokens I made that you guys didn't need to interact with. I'm glad. Means it can be a surprise next time. You thought you escaped whatever dwelt within the fog.
Yeah, we did.
And then it turns out the fog was just fog.
It's like
New York
It's like
is a
a-
city built on rivers. What the
There
fuck
we
do you
go.
expect?
Joseph fucking like, you know, he wakes up, he walks outside, you know, it's night, like, where the fuck did all this fog come from? God
And
damn it!
And it still turns out it's just fog. We're, you know, on multiple rivers and the ocean. It happens.
Fucking islands.
Fucking islands, man.
But then Marcus might counter, but I saw the serpent! It was devouring itself!
You're high.
It's like people see shit in the clouds all the time. I see shit on my popcorn ceiling all the time, like faces and things.
No, seriously, you're just high. Oh, that reminds me. I know I didn't say, like, in-game, but... actually, no, I wouldn't have had time to think of this yet. Once David wakes up and has, like, a good long freak out about, you know, what the fuck just happened, he is going to put that weird flesh thing in the fridge.
Okay.
Still in the bag.
Well, since you thought about it, once David wakes up then and has a good long freak about it, since you decided to mention it now, then whenever he goes to put the flesh thing in the fridge, it is actually turned into ash.
Okay. Now I've got to think about how he would, in character, dispose of the body.
It's not like the police go down into the sewers, right? Who goes into the sewers?
I mean,
Alligators.
it's a body. What can you use? What can you use with the body?
You could feed alligators.
You can make a zombie out of it.
Oh, you're right. I could feed it to the gator.
You could turn into a mushroom farm.
You fucking go to the Grand Century Grand Central Terminal to find the charioteer. Toss the body to the charioteer.
Yep. What could go wrong?
Nothing. It's the best idea you've ever had.
Well, your character has the best inkling as a Nosferatu of what could go wrong.
I mean, come on, guys. We should just split up. It's the last day before retirement, and we've all got girls to go home to. What could
Last day
possibly go
before
wrong?
retire. You wish you could just like, oh yeah, vampire's my night job. I go home and I'm human again.
No, I'm just trying to, list as many things as possible that would immediately get me killed for saying them. We got to split up. It's the last day before retirement. We got girls to go home to. And we should,
The sad
What
part
could
is
go
that
wrong?
Vampire the Masquerade lends itself so well to the party splitting up.
It really does. In a lot of situations, someone not having an ability is something that prevents them from tagging along with certain others. Whereas in something like D&D, it's good to have everyone have their own unique specializations. In this one, it can be a serious problem.
I think we all noticed what was going on with Byron when we were scoping the place out.
He was bored.
Nothing to do.
He was so bored.
No bitches to bang.
Whereas, David was in his element, and only David was in his element.
The sad thing about it is, though, you can bring Byron to your element. Byron can't bring you to his element.
That's true.
Hey, I'm also have a background as a police, and just, so I need someone competent out front.
Well, right, and both of us have obfuscate, so we can actually both do things together.
Like run.
You wouldn't be able to detect each other while you were both obfuscated.
Right, which means we would need to coordinate things, beforehand.
And here's where boons come in. Dear Toreador, please teach us Auspex.
Hey, I don't gotta ask Orador for that.
Well, I have
See-
other things I can teach you.
Here's the thing.
Actually, I will say... Actually, Sean, your character does. Since he doesn't have a point in Auspex, he doesn't know it. Someone has to teach him that discipline, even though it's a clan discipline.
It's just cheaper for you to learn it, like experience-wise.
Oh, didn't realize that.
I
Yep.
really want someone to teach me Auspex, but I really don't want it to be the Toreador because I don't want to both owe him 2 boons and be 2 sips deep into a blood bond.
It's like, you can't even, like, he's like, well, you kind of do need to drink my blood. It's part of the learning a new discipline.
And then he's like, alright, I'm going to cash in both my boons for you to sip it a 3rd time.
You just, like, twitch. Not big enough bones. No!
Hey, I would be willing to teach everyone here Auspex.
Like I said, because I've already learned celerity from you, it just can't happen.
And then he'd be a fucking asshole. Like, yeah, guys, you're experimenting with your heightened senses. Ah, here's a flashlight. Suck it down. Motherfucker.
He'd be subtle about it, though.
Just turns on a
Yeah.
floodlight in his room.
When it comes to disciplines, I really want to find someone to teach me Protean, and I really want to find someone to teach me Auspex.
Protean works really damn well with an obfuscate, especially that first level.
I really want the 2nd level. Oh.
That definitely works too, especially for Nosferatu. It's like this is the same thing, right?
Well,
Yeah,
Aaron, I do believe you have something I want.
namely?
Flashlight?
No, not a flashlight. Potence. I would like that.
Well, okay. At some point in character, you should ask him to teach it to you.
Alright.
And then we'll be square.
Because celerity and potence isn't like a broken combination at all.
Nah.
That's okay. As you guys build more efficient vampires, other vampires will be getting better.
Because right now it's a city full of neonates. We just have to try and stay ahead of them.
That's right. You just gotta make sure you're the best neonates. Just because there aren't that many elders to fuck you over doesn't mean that there aren't other vampires.
Yes, it does.
We just need to be able to eat anyone that's stronger than us.
But yeah, Sean, that was part of why I was so interested in what you chose to spend your discipline points into. Certainly getting, the clan disciplines is cheaper for you. It's just that first hump, you have to go through a extensive teaching process. Like, you have to go through an extensive learning process anyway. Someone has to teach you these things. But there's a pretty hefty experience point cost to get into a new discipline.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
The only clan discipline I didn't get is animalism, because fuck that.
Yeah, I was wondering. I wanted 4 points straight in something, and it was either obfuscate or demontation.
And there's your spoiler right there if you didn't know that. He has 4 points in obfuscate.
Yeah.
Holy fuck
Yeah.
monkeys.
Yeah, like, yeah. 4 points in obfuscate. He threw auspex and demontation under the bus.
Well,
Yeah,
if you do it... I'm just going to say, Sean...
Go
okay,
ahead.
you go first.
No, you go ahead.
No.
Well, I was torn between whether I wanted to drive people insane just by willing it, or whether I wanted to just be able to run no matter what. And ultimately, I decided that Joseph's more concerned with himself than anything else. So the ability to just run, which is why he has all the points in merit separately from you guys too.
Here's the thing. Obfuscate isn't just good for exfiltration. It's also good for infiltration and murdering.
True. I can't argue against that. I'm saying that's why I wanted that fourth thought, though, is because that fourth thought is the best one for exfiltration.
Yeah, it makes you the best at bugging the fuck out.
Not gonna argue with it, it's just, it's a, I don't have a whole lot of experience with this thing. I just would have figured that auspex would be something that not a whole lot of people would just give up on if they had it as a clan discipline.
Not many would.
Yeah, I was thinking that, well, I may want it, but I remember when we were talking in the chat that 2 other people said they had it and they had it high. I was like, I don't want to be the third person with auspex.
See, on the flip side, it's cool for individual vampires to have that because auspex is so valuable on an individual level.
Even just the first dot of it is amazing.
Oh yeah,
It could probably result in you getting punished in some sudden way, but...
I'm going to want to get off someone, so someone's probably going to get something from me for that. It's just a matter of getting the points together beforehand.
Yeah, a new discipline costs 10 experience points to learn.
Hey, if you need to learn auspex, I'm your man.
Yes.
Because, he can teach both celerity and auspex. Everyone wants to learn something from him. Everyone.
Which is why I may want to pick up auspex from the Nosferatu after you teach it to him.
The Toreadors don't want to learn.
Idea.
I don't...
What? I didn't hear what Grimith said.
I was just mentioning, I was just throwing a barb at Aaron. Toreadors don't want to learn from him. That's all.
I'm willing to learn potence from the Nosferatu. Just not in public and not where the vampires can see.
See, that's what's great about being a Malkavian. I get to be with anyone I want because no one can get mad at me for it. I'm with Nosferatu, I'm crazy guy. I'm with one of the high clans. As long as I'm acting sane, it's okay.
Honestly, Malkavian is probably one of my favorite clans. No joke.
Malkavians, even with their insanity, you think that they would not be the best spies, but even compared to the Nosferatu, they are some of the best spies. The Auspex obfuscate
Yep.
combination, the fact that they can go anywhere, not culturally, with their clan, their no clans hate them off the bat.
Honestly, Malkavian is the one that probably fit my concept the best after Nosferatu.
Yeah, and Malkavians, if for whatever reason they can't hide with obfuscate, they do have a slightly better chance of blending in with society.
I mean, everyone's a little
Slightly.
bit crazy.
As opposed to the Nosferatu who... if someone sees him...
Basically, the closest thing I have to a defense is going, yeah, you know, I'm sorry, but...
Bye, Jordan. Take
I,
care. See you next week.
I'm not only
User
deformed,
disconnected
I'm
from your
also a
channel.
burn victim.
Yeah.
That's why I don't have a nose. Alright, I'm probably gonna head out now too.
Alright, everyone out there on YouTube, if I ever upload this.
Then stop having your mind in the fucking gutters, you fucking perverts.
You heard it there.